Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. That said, sorry about that. The coffee is on the table. This is my actually second coffee already today, so didn't sleep that well. Only 9 people here, 2 likes, 7 people are not doing what they are supposed to be doing. Besides that, how's everybody doing in chat? Dex, good morning, what's up? Burin, bottom of retail interest. I don't know how you measure that, but maybe. Bitcoin dominance bounced off the bull market support band going to 60 according to Benjamin Cohen. Benjamin Cohen, Bitcoin dominance. I actually put that video on the big TV downstairs. Like an hour ago, and then I went to doing something else, so I didn't watch the video. But we will be looking at a little bit about Bitcoin dominance, and I just checked it a little bit over here right now. And it does seem that, 60% could be plausible. I'm gonna explain to you why, by my analysis. But, there is that. My net gas future short position for 287 were almost liquidated by the market makers last night. Luckily, a few survived, and I want to ride them down to around 190. I don't know how that works out, but hope you're doing well, man. Sparta! We're going down, says Captain America. I don't know, just, maybe soon. Elliot Weiss made me sell bags at the top. Now slowly buying in again. Nice. I mean, if Elliot Weiss works for anybody, ride with it. If you can use Fibonacci's, and make money, do that. If you can use emotional moving averages and make money, do that. If you can use volume profile and make money, do that. Do whatever makes you money. All I'm saying is that there are better ways than Elliot Weiss, Fibonacci, emotional moving averages, volume profile, and a whole bunch of other indicators. That's all I'm saying. But if it works, like, who am I to say don't use that? Good morning, Devi. How you doing, man? Benjamin Cohen is annoying. Gort is still in the chat. Gort, the guy that hates money. How you doing, man? Mladen Petrov, 11.99. Chappies. I gotta buy Chappies today, but I'm gonna show you something, Mladen. Gort, not Gort. What's it called? Grok USDT, crypto, MaxC, daily. Look this, man. Look this. Old lines. Look this over here. There is major support levels right over here, and over here, and a couple of more major levels up here. And look where we are right now. Look where we are. We are in the box, man. We are in the box. Or I'm in the box. You are not in the box. But, I'm in the box below the support levels. And if this is not, the good chance to buy Grok, I don't know. It's a meme coin. It's meme coin, so, not financial advice and all of that. But I'm just saying, Chappies, Grok, I don't know. I think Grok is gonna play out well eventually. Eventually, Grok is gonna play out well. So, that's my long-term play. But it's still in some kind of channel down here. I don't know where the channel goes. Something like this up here. Maybe something like this, So, can it go down to, 0.00002 or something like that? I mean, it can. Not gonna lie, but it is below support levels. Now, oftentimes when price falls below support levels, people are always in some kind of fear. They think it's over, but it's always when people think it's over, when the fear kicks in, that you are actually at the bottom. We learned that long time ago. We still know that. It's when you break the major support levels and you are below those major support levels, and when people think it's over, that is when the bottom kicks in, right? I'll get Chappies, man. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try to get it today, but if I don't do that, maybe tomorrow, because I slept not so well tonight. So gonna try that. We don't care here for him too much. Dr. Karlov is in the chat. How you doing, man? Hope surfing is going nicely. If there's a coin called Gort, I'm suing. It's called Grok. It's a meme coin based on the X's AI. There is a AI called Grok. So they made the coin Grok. It pumped, of course. Then right now dumping towards downside. I mean, we are definitely not getting 30x up here. Maybe beginning. How much is right now Grok at? 30 million. So it's not 30k, but it's 30 million. So there is that. Anyways, moving on to what's happening with Bitcoin up here. Is Bitcoin gonna drop down? It's not gonna drop down. I actually just saw. I was watching. Let me see up here. I was actually watching YouTube. And I was watching a guy called Jordan Camirant, and I was watching, this is his yesterday's live stream 14 hours ago, but I was watching that, and over here, well, a little bit up here, for right up here, there we go. So I was watching him yesterday, today, and he's looking at these, you know, 48 to 50k levels and saying that, you know, how he's gonna sell at 50k levels, 48 and 50k levels, you know, that's his, you know, sweet spots for selling. And I know from Fibonacci that, you know, 48k levels are the sweet spot for selling for a lot of people, because they've been, you know, pulling the Fibonacci and retracement, stuff like that. So 48k level is a very, very important for anybody doing Fibonacci's, right? So let's find a chart where there are no lines up here, and let's go up to the higher time frames. Yeah, 2 weeks time frame is fine up here. So they're doing, you know, Fibonacci levels up here, something like this, you know, from the top to the bottom. And up here is 0.61 something, right? 0.618, the major, you know, major Fibonacci level that everybody's looking at. Cheppy is pumping. Cannot pump just yet, man. Can you wait just a little bit before you pump it, man? Just a little bit, you know. I still haven't bought. Anyways, 48k level, Fibonacci level. A lot of people are looking for that. And will we get to that level or not? That depends. But as you just saw, Jordan Cameron is looking at 48k level. I know a lot of people are doing it. 50k level, psychological level. A lot of people are looking at that. We've been looking at 46k level because there are different kind of lines. But oftentimes price doesn't go into the box where everybody has the box. Price comes close to the box, lets everybody wait for the box, and then pulls back. And then they on the sell, and they have to go, you know, ride the train down the station, right? That's how it happens. Now, the big question is whether that's gonna be the case this time or not, how this is gonna play out. So let's go to the daily time frame, see actually what's happening up here. A little bit too many lines up here, but you know, I'm gonna try to explain it as we go. So there is this channel that, you know, there is actually two ways to draw this channel. Either this one over here, which seems to be very, very nice. So there are two channels up here on the chart. There are a little bit too many lines up here. Let's find a chart without too many lines, so we can, you know, just look at the lines. So there are actually two channels up here. One goes something like this over here, give or take, and the other one goes something like this up here, give or take. And there are these two channels. Of course, these two intersecting channels are creating the triangle up here that everybody's looking at. And you'll see up here that we have a whole bunch of dojis on the daily time frame. One doji, almost a doji, third doji right now, fourth doji up here on the side frame. So the big question is, will this actually break towards upside up here or not? And if you pop some moving averages on the chart, we are still looking actually nice. I mean, we still, you know, climbing on the moving averages. There's a 50 moving average right here below us. This is just consolidating here at the top side. And to tell you the truth, as the time goes by, I'm getting a little bit more and more bullish and thinking that, you know, even though a lot of people are looking at this 48 to 50k levels, I'm thinking like, that's a possibility or probability. It could definitely happen. We can actually go towards upside. And if you look at indicators over here, there are a little bit, you know, worrying signs that might actually be worrying. Number one, there is a divergence up here, because you'll see up here, if you zoom very nicely on the chart, we got a bearish divergence on the chart already up here at the top. There is bearish divergence. Of course, if this continues pumping towards the upside and this pumps above, you know, 83 levels, there will be no divergence. But right now, you know, technically there is divergence on the chart. Now, these divergences always come after, you know, any kind of impulsive move. And if you see, look at the chart a little bit, just a little bit up here, you'll see that we had just a, you know, slight impulsive move up here. So, you know, creating divergences up here on the chart is not unusual. The only thing divergences are telling us is there is consolidation. But, you know, it could indicate some kind of weakness in the price. Of course, consolidations are always weakness in the price, but they do not have to, you know, go down. They can just consolidate and continue going towards the upside. So just looking at the RSI and saying that this is going to drop down by that, you know, outlook does not, you know, does not help us too much. So we're not watching that RSI that closely right now. On the MACD up here, we have consolidation over here in the last part at the same time as the MACD, the momentum is going towards downside. You can also say that this is actually going towards upside, but it's not going towards upside, it's just going literally sideways after impulsive move and sideways commotion, consolidation. You should see some kind of loss in momentum, and that is loss in momentum, but still everything looks nice and dandy. So I cannot say even by looking at the MACD that for whatever reason this looks very, very bad, because it does not look very, very bad. So far so good. Now we could go to higher time frames, and even on the higher time frames there is actually nothing wrong with the higher time frames. There is no divergence on the chart. The RSI is only at 63 levels. Sure, it could have a pullback over here like everything. We are a little bit extended from the moving averages, but nothing serious. Where is my own indicator down here? I mean, technically it's a little bit serious, because if you go to this chart over here, you'll see that these overextensions are a little bit high. These overextensions are a little bit high. I mean, they're not high as all the way up there high, but they are a little bit high. You'll see that this very first move up here, when it came to some kind of 30k levels, we were having the same kind of overextensions that we are having right now. So could we pull back again, down to zero, down to moving averages over here, consolidate up here? I mean, that's technically a very good probability. Now the halving is coming very, very close. We only have like 4 months left. I mean, it's not so long ago that we are talking about 6, 7 months, 8 months of the halving, and right now it's like, oh my god, it's only 4 months left until the halving. So our theory needs to be thrown out of the room, that for whatever reason we're gonna have major dumps and stuff like that, because I don't see it right now. So nothing's actually changed on the move towards the upside, and we still believe that consolidation should come and some kind of move down should come before the halving. But I do believe, I'm gonna say it, I'm unsure whether that's when is that gonna happen. But as you can see on the monthly time frame, I mean, there are no problems on the chart. The RSI is only at 63 levels, no overbought levels over here like in previous stop. The MACD is slowly moving towards upside. We also crossed the zero line, which was a major level to cross up here, and we did it actually right over here when we came down to the moving averages and bounced off of these moving averages. So right now we're extremely bullish. If you look at a long-term chart of Bitcoin over here, you'll see that on monthly time frame, like, we have been always above the zero line. Over here we went a little bit below zero line, but as soon as we came right back above that, let me go to the logarithmic chart because it's easier to see over here. As soon as we came back above the zero line up here again, everything started pumping again. And after that, on the monthly time frame, we haven't been actually below the zero line. Only over here we went below the zero line, and right now we are back above the zero line. Being above the zero line on big time frames is hugely stupidly bullish. So we are actually stupidly bullish. So there is no reason for any kind of panic, neither the altcoins or anything like that. I know some people would like to say that Binance and Bitcoin dominance is going up, and altcoins are gonna suffer, and reckoning is gonna happen. Unfortunately, I'm not. I don't have that view. I think that the worst is behind us. I do understand that the ETF is coming very, very closely. There was a let me find that. There was a Bloomberg report or something that said. Let me just scroll here. Could we just go to the photos and find photos up here? There we go. Copy. There is a Bloomberg report that says that ETFs, BlackRock expected spot Bitcoin ETF to be approved on Wednesday. Fox Business report. Okay, Fox Business. I thought it was Bloomberg. Fox Business reports. So they're expecting it to happen on Wednesday. And I was looking at the chart a little bit when that actually happened, and there is some nice lines up here on the chart. And I'm thinking, like, this might actually be the case. That this might be some kind of bigger expanding musical instrument over here right now, where we are right now, and this is expanding musical instrument, and then we go up to the 50k exactly on Wednesday 10th January, right? Wednesday 10th January we hit 50k, we get ETFs gets approved, and then we crash towards downside. Could that be the case? I mean, for a long time I've been saying that the rumor is the ETF, buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event. That does not have to be the case, because as you saw in a previous Bitcoin Daily, I talked about how gold, after the ETFs how gold after the ETFs actually pumped, right? So it doesn't have to be the case over here. This is the first gold ETF listed on NYSE exchange as the PR gold shares. Right over here it got listed, the same kind of chart like Bitcoin has, bigger move towards upside, pulled back into consolidation, got into the bear market, started drilling towards upside. As soon as the ETFs got listed, explode towards upside again. Could that be the case for Bitcoin? I mean, it very well could. Who am I to say it cannot be the case? This might be one of those times where everybody thinks that it's going to drop towards downside, it's sell the news event and doesn't get to be that. Right now there is not that much that tells us that this is for whatever reason just going to drop towards downside. Can it consolidate over here and then continue towards upside? Can it pull back down on the ETFs and then continue towards upside? I don't know how it's going to play out. The only thing that we can actually do over here on the chart is look at what the price action, what's happening right now, and decide whether this is gonna break down or not. Right now it does look a little bit consolidating. It's not it's not consolidating up here in a very steep trend. We don't have any actually parabolic move that's actually losing steam right now. There is a big sell-off happening. The only thing we have, a box up here. You might call the distribution box up here at the top, just below the 46k, but until this box is broken and until the trend is actually broken, we cannot say that the trend is actually you might draw the trend or bigger trend over here, something like this, and until the trend is actually broken towards downside, you cannot say actually that for whatever reason this is gonna dump towards downside. So everything looks nice and dandy. We are still in the trend. We are consolidating up here at the top. There is no big worrying signs on the indicators beside the divergence on the RSI, but that's not very strong indication of bearishness. So right now there is actually nothing, not much that tells us that this is gonna drop towards downside. Not only that, this last couple of days, this has actually been holding very nicely above the moving averages. So the very first signs should come, again, move towards downside over here. But we are not getting that right now. We are not getting that right now. Last Bitcoin daily, I think I said that if we go back below 44k up here, again, I would become a little bit bearish, and I did become a little bit bearish. We came down to the 50 moving average. We picked back up here above this line up here. So we are at the same place where last time. We're still waiting for this breakout, but because this was some kind of fake out up here. Now there is a reason why this is actually very, very bullish. The fact that we did not break over here towards downside is actually very bullish, and I'm gonna explain this very, very quickly. When you have a triangle up here, you go through triangle, you will have some kind of fake out either towards upside or towards downside. Once you have that fake out, the fake out will try to gather shorters up here and try to break over here on the downside. If this fails, it will go back up here, break up here towards upside again, go above the previous high over here towards upside, and then explode again towards upside. So the fact that they actually moved the price below above the resistance, managed to short the heck out of that, but failed to break the major support level down here, right? It went down, it just picked up right back down again, holding here, which is actually very, very good. The same thing goes in other direction when people are trying to break the triangle towards the upside over here. So you will get in some kind of triangle, you will break it on the downside. There will be a lot of people long in these levels up here trying to get back inside the triangle. If they fail, it will either fail over here or over here. So there are two levels where it can actually fail, and if it fails to get back inside, or if it fails to get out on the other side over here, it will do this move up here, back out of that, then it will break the support over here, and then it will dump over here big time, right? So that's what I'm looking at right now, because what did happen over here is we had this very nice triangle on the chart. We had this very nice triangle on the chart over here where we actually broke towards upside. The shorters tried to move it back below on the downside over here. They actually failed that, and right now we are again zigzagging up here. Where is the line up? Yeah, very nice. Right now we are again zigzagging up here at the top. So if we do break up here at the top up here, I'm gonna become a little bit more bullish. That's around 45k up here, level 44.9. So if we manage to get back above these levels up here, I'm gonna become a little bit more bullish, especially if I see continuation up here towards the upside, because that's actually very, very a nice sign. But the fact that they did not actually break towards downside, it's actually very, very bullish, and I like that. I like that. So I don't see any problems with the chart. It looks nice and looks dandy. Bitcoin, it's holding still very nicely, but like Malin said, by the time it actually breaks down over here, it's kind of too late, right? Because right now you're sitting at 43k. Once it breaks over here towards downside, you're gonna be sitting at below 40k and whatnot. You know, it's already too late. You did not sell up here, you only have to sell down here. You don't want to sell down here, it goes even lower. Then you get in some kind of fear, you sell over here, and then it bumps up here towards upside again. I mean, the usual kind of, you know, the usual kind of waves, right? But I don't know, I like the price of Bitcoin, and the price action that's happening right now. We're just climbing up here very nicely. Over here we're consolidating up here towards stops. Of course we got some kind of major resistance level up here at the tops. Let's just go to another chart where I already have charted everything up here. You know, I like my mouse, and it has this very nice, you know, mouse wheel, but you know, it's very sensitive. It's way sensitive. Let me just remove, you know, this line over here, so we can see this very nice up here. That's line. This is some kind of other line. No, this line up here. I don't know. I think I moved up a little bit up here. It should not go something like this. Where is the line? Was this the line? Did I mess up my lines? I think I messed up my lines. This is just line. Okay, let's remove this line, let's move that line, let's make a new lines up here. It goes from over here, from top up here, give or take. I'm just gonna do it very quickly up here and pull this over down here, something like this, give or take. It doesn't seem that this is the correct one. Okay, let's go to monthly time. Let's do this how it's supposed to be done. Top up here, top up there, monthly. Why is it not working right now? Did I mess up my lines? Oh, this is logarithmic chart. Sorry guys, sorry, that was logarithmic chart. That was logarithmic chart. I was testing something earlier, so logarithmic chart, but if we put it to normal chart, we got our correct lines. There we go. So the charts, so over here what we have right now is, and we can remove these. This is just a halvening, and I was just doing these, you know, extra special lines on the sides. So you can remove those. We don't need those levels up here. Remove those. These are just the halvenings, previous halvening, and the next halvening you just keep the next halvening. But you can see up here the box up here, the blue box. We are technically in the blue box, and right now we are having this, you know, consolidation just below the blue box. Could this be distribution phase? It could just as well be that. I still don't see any kind of, you know, breakdown on Bitcoin just yet, but you know, it just might come. The major level, of course, the major line, of course, is this line over here that, you know, picks up everything. I don't know how it's, you know, maybe it's, there are two lines. Should go something like this over here, and the second one should go something like this up here, or something like that. Maybe something like this, give or take. I mean, there is still not a breakdown in the trend. That's what I'm trying to say. There's still no breakdown trend. We are below this resistance level, but just like any other resistance level, we do not know whether it's gonna break it or not, and we have to wait. So I want to see closes below the 20 moving average again. I want to see this triangle up here breaking again towards downside. I want to see some kind of movement. I want to see some kind of bearishness, but that didn't happen. Now, it did happen on Ethereum though. It did happen on Ethereum, and if you look at Ethereum up here, if you look at Ethereum, Ethereum is already kind of breaking a little bit towards downside. I can find another chart of Ethereum, a clean one. Let's take Yukon chart. There we go. No, let's take USD Bybit chart, perpetual. It has more data over here. So, and let's go to the bigger time frames up here. Now let's go 3-day time frame up here. And what you're gonna see here, the lines up here, it went something like this. This was the trend over here. This is the trend, only the last part of the trend. But you can see already they did break down the trend in the last part over here. It did break already down up here and retest. You can see actually this better on the daily time frame up here. Maybe you're gonna do some kind of fat line up here. Maybe a little bit more towards upside up here. Something like this, give or take. So we had this very nice trend up here. We had a big move down. Right now we're just retesting and still pulling it towards the downside out here. It looks like a, you know, waterfall move down. So it does shows weakness. So, you know, could we ask ourselves whether the Ethereum is right now telling us that, you know, Bitcoin is also being weak, but it's just, you know, keeping and waiting before the big dump? Could be the case, but Ethereum is actually looks a lot weaker than Bitcoin. Ethereum looks a lot weaker than Bitcoin over here, but where is the standard up here? The moving average is still above the 10 moving average. Up here. There is no divergence on the charts yet. It's just pulling back in the consolidation up here. And these lines up here, maybe it should go a little bit towards the upside up here. Something like that. So it's still, even though it, you know, looked like it broke the trend up here a little bit, this bigger one, it looks like it's still holding down on support levels. So it's kind of shady. When it comes to Ethereum. But also up here, I mean, it's only a 62 RSI. The momentum up here is losing momentum a little bit on the MACD, but that's because of the consolidation part. So I wouldn't say there are any kind of big problems. Also on the monthly time frame, you know, right now we're just consolidating up here above the moving averages. So, you know, it's not so easy to say where it's gonna drop right now, but you know, we need to wait. I think we need to wait for this triangle to play out. Where is the triangle up here again? This is the triangle up here, and this is the only thing I'm watching right now. This triangle over here at the top, to see you know, whether this actually breaks towards downside, because even though it actually managed to break failed to break towards downside up here, and it is a bullish, it still needs to go up here above the 45k 46k levels up here towards the upside, and then we'll see whether it actually manages to break this towards the upside or not. But if it just starts breaking up here, you know, it fails to break the resistance, it goes back down, support level breaks this as well towards downside, it could be bad. But on the daily time frame, this needs to break the 10 and 20 moving average, so I think we will see some kind of breakage before we actually get into any kind of panic. Yeah. These AIs are unusable anymore. Bard was good until he refused to give info due to safety crap. Yeah, but that's why Gork is gonna be different, because they don't have any kind of safety crap on those kind of on Gork. And it's also funny. I think, you know, AI being funny is a very good thing for adoption. There is one reason to panic, TLI. New moon in 2 days. Yeah, maybe that. Of course, we are following the moons. So that said, you know, Chappies. Let me just check out Chappies, because Mana said it's pumping, but you know, how much is this? Probably like 2000% or something like that. 12% up. No, I think we're still good. It's not pumping that much. It's still in the big, you know. It's still in the big box. Only resistance level. I think it needs to break the support levels, you know, before it actually gets nice. But you know, there is that. There is the beauty mentioned Benjamin Cohen and Bitcoin dominance, and the question is, you know, what's gonna happen with Bitcoin dominance right now? So let's go to the weekly time frame up here, and what you're gonna see up here, at least the way I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance, and the same way I look at any kind of chart, is by looking at the trends, right? So this was the first trend over here, which got broken over here. And I'll be saying it's already over, so it can actually continue a little bit more towards upside, but I still think it's gonna, you know, eventually be over, right? And over here you can see up here that it went up to the resistance level 1 time, 2 time up here, and try up here doing this third move towards upside. You can also look at this as some kind of, you know, head and shoulders pattern up here being created, but it does look like it's getting broken, right? It does look like it's getting broken over here, and right now we have a secondary channel up here, and I'm going to show you that. Go something like this, very nice channel up here. So how high are we gonna go? And then these are actually 2 channels, right? So it starts over here, it goes something like this up here towards the upside. These are tops. So there was this first very steep channel where it was pumping, then it broke the channel, and is right now creating the secondary channel, secondary speed. But what we can actually conclude out of these 2 channels is that the speed is actually losing steam, right? So it is losing steam towards the upside. It had a very nice steam over here, and then right now it's losing steam. So the beauty mentioned that, you know, Benjamin Cohen says it can go all the way up to 60 levels, and that 60% is all the way up here. Can that happen? I mean, technically it can, because it could just do this move up here, break up here towards upside, and then, you know, hit the 60k levels up here at the top. But right now I wouldn't bet on anything more than 55k levels up here, and then, you know, rejection up here before it actually breaks towards downside. But we gotta see how this actually plays out. You know, I could be wrong. 60 could happen. 55 to me looks like normal resistance level up here, but this channel up here is be all break all. If we see Bitcoin up here for whatever reason breaking towards the upside, we can assume that everything is either dumping hugely towards downside where Bitcoin is not dumping as much as altcoins, or Bitcoin is pumping so hard that altcoins cannot follow through. The same thing goes for a move towards downside, but I'm looking at the channel up here and I'm looking for when this is gonna break out. I think as soon as we hit this 55% level up here on the dominant chart, there might or might not come some very nice big moves very soon. But we are already at resistance level. I mean, this is just the channel level towards the upside. Oftentimes when you have a channel, especially steep channels, you will see touch, and then if it's very bullish move, it will go touch, pull back, but it won't touch the bottom line and it will break the resistance up here towards the upside. On the other hand, if it's bearish, it will go touch, and then this last touch won't actually come all the way towards the upside. It will come somewhere close and then go towards the downside. It will start losing steam, break towards the downside eventually, right? So over here, this move right now does not need to go all the way to 50 levels because it is already at these 54% levels up here towards the resistance level. So it doesn't have to go all the way down. If it's weak and it's already losing a little bit of steam, it could just go back towards the downside up here. But this is the line where it actually loses all of the steam on the move. So there is that for Bitcoin dominance. Are we still following the moons? We are looking at the moons, but not that much, right? We are looking, but we lost all kind of faith in the moons. So the moons are not the big player for us. You can see up here we had the full moon up here, pumped us. New moon sideways, full moon pump, new moon sideways, full moon pump, new moon pump. So technically we are a little bit bullish. So this new moon should either push us sideways or more towards the upside. There are no moves down in the bull market, guys. There are no moves down in the bull market. Okay, you can decrease mouse sensitivity in the mouse settings, by the way. Yeah, but this is not mouse sensitivity. It's a mouse wheel sensitivity. And yes, I can decrease it because there is I'm using Logi. Where is it? Logi options. Just move this up here, just in case something pops up that I'm a little bit unaware of. So this is my mouse, and I think this middle button, wheel button, is very, I mean, it's super extremely sensitive. Like when I spin it, it can spin by itself for 11.6 seconds. That's insane. Easy watch flow settings. Buttons. I don't know. I don't know, but there might be a way where is, oh, here is it, What do I click now? Show gestures, smart actions, other actions. I don't know. There's probably a way to lower the sensitivity. Gaming mouse. No, it's not gaming mouse. This first time I didn't buy the gaming. I just bought a good, wireless mouse. This is actually a really good mouse. I bought a smaller version for my wife as well, which is actually very nice. It's a Logi MX Master S3 or something like that. It's very good. I like it a lot. It's a good mouse, and I know mouses. So, there's that. The beauty, TLR still here for coming all season. All season already started. Right now we're just waiting for consolidation and then, the next big moves towards the upside. The next big move towards the upside. So we're gonna see that. But this looks nice. This looks nice. Is there anything more that we should be looking at? Oh, look at that. I did not even see that. But the DXY looks like it's breaking up here. Let me see if it's out of the channel. I think we can adjust the channel a little bit, over here right now. Let's say it's still not out of the channel just yet. It's close but not out. Okay, we're gaining a little bit time, maybe on 2-day time frame up here. It's very close, but it's not out of the channel just yet. And it did hit this bottom down here, so we can expect maybe more pullback up here on the downside up here again. But the DXY is still in the channel towards downside. It's still not having broken towards up, because once it breaks towards upside, what happens actually, you break the trend, right? You have uptrend, you break that over here, then you have a downtrend, then you break that over here, and then you have uptrend, right? And we don't want this uptrend because people are saying that, you know, DXY and Bitcoin are inversely correlated. So if DXY goes towards upside and Bitcoin goes down, which we do not believe on this channel, or I do not believe in that, but you know, people are looking at that, so there is that. So let's be on the safe side and just, you know, keep going with this downtrend on the DXY. Could you check net gas future chart for me? Of course I could do that. The net gas stonks all natural gas spot Pepperstone. I remember we've been looking at this this move down here over here, and we're saying that, you know, oh, futures are looking very, very nice over here, but this was a long time ago. This was a long time ago. Not spot futures. Oh, but isn't this same thing that net gas spot futures? Which one are here? Are future? Okay, let's go to futures, natural gas, mini futures. This one, isn't this the same chart? Am I on the wrong chart? Is this the correct chart? Because they don't look the same. And the problem up here, you know, immediate problem up here is there is not enough lines up here. But, you know, we already have the trend, and trend right now is coming to the resistance level up here. So if this wants to continue towards upside, it needs to break whatever this level up here is at the top, 240. If it can break 240 and get above the moving average and maybe stay up here, you know, it might have a good chance to break towards upside. Let's see a little bit, you know, indicators down here. It doesn't seem that it's overbought, but it's a 50 level. But problem over here is for natural gas, the problem is Henry Hub. I don't know what this is, but over here you'll see the problem up here. When we are in uptrend up here, we have been above the 50 levels up here somewhere, right? So we're climbing up here and above the 50 levels, and it had this big moves towards upside and right now, but it broke this towards upside. Right now it's hitting the resistance level. It's not hitting, you know, 50 from the top. It's hitting 50 from the bottom, right? Which is actually not very good thing. Henry Hub. What is Henry Hub? Henry Hub natural gas futures. This one. Oh, it is the same chart. Spot chart, natural future. It's the same chart. It's the same chart. And right now this is the only, you know, right. Oh my God, this is actually a long chart. It goes back to 1991. This is a lot bigger than Bitcoin. But the immediate, you know, immediately the very first thing we can say about the chart is that, you know, 15 is top, $1 is bottom, so you know it is close to the bottoms, and when it pumps like very, very nicely, but it is very, very close to the bottom. You know, this is just, you know, very long-term chart, so you know it just our immediate you know analysis says that, you know, we are very close to the bottoms, right? But over here right now what we do have is we are a high on the chart, which is actually very nice. I took profits on natural gas ETF too early. NGG4 is the ticker, I think. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the same chart. Natural gas is natural gas. So we've been looking at this on the daily time frame, at least, you know, a long time before. We are looking at this on the daily time frame. It went something like this up here, right? We are looking at this trend over here, and the trend actually is broken. So we came into, you know, into this, you know, accumulation zone. You can see up here, accumulation zone actually broke. Let me just draw a very nice horizontal line up here. You can actually see that the accumulation zone down here actually broke. Well, technically, you know, maybe it's down here. So maybe let me just remove the moving averages, and maybe the line goes. Maybe the line goes below these levels over here, above these levels over here, and still below these levels over here. So we gotta pull some kind of line up here, below these levels over here, something like this up here, give or take, right? Bottom broke that, broke below that up here, accumulation zone, broke above that, still accumulating up here, over here, or did accumulate up here above these highs up here, give or take. And right now trying to again to break towards upside up here. But the way I see it is that this downtrend over here and the capitulation already happened. Right now it was in accumulation zone and pulled back. 'back. 。 So let me just squeeze this a little bit. and try to see whether there is a line up here, because this up here, this pivot point up here, could be used something like this up here. Maybe it goes something over here, and right now we are at, you know, the resistance level or something like that. No, it should go over here. Channel should be something like this. Pull back. Where's the weekly time frame? Up here. Yeah, that's the you know, we last time the last chart we looked at, it was only this part over here, but if you look at a big time frames up here, it doesn't look that bad. Like monthly time frame up here pulled only back to the, you know, 40-50 levels. Now these levels up here, the bottoms are actually below these levels, right? The bottoms are actually, capitulation levels are down here at, you know, 30 levels, 30 level down here, and 34 level. So even though it's slowly been going towards downside over here, these levels are actually capitulation. So over being here at 40 levels, this was actually capitulation over here. It could be very well. The problem with the chart is, on the other hand, the problem with the chart is this is a very slow moving chart. So, you know, saying that this is for whatever reason gonna go all the way up here, you know, that's, you know, 2-3 years left in the market, right? So it could be making this, you know, double bottom up here where it actually goes towards upside again. So I don't know if you're just short-term trading this or not, but, you know, if you're short-term trading, I do believe there should be some kind of, you know, channel up here that I fail to see right now. Maybe a little bit lower down here. Maybe this was, where is the midline up here? Something like this. Yeah, it does seem to be like this over here. And right now it's coming to this resistance level up here. So I don't know. It needs to get back. Right now it is at this resistance level. What's that? 2.4 something up here. 2.95. I think it needs to get back inside this channel up here if it wants to go all the way up here to the top of the channel again at $4 or something like that. But, you know, that's even small time frames to analyze that, you know, and we are not doing that right now. But it is at the resistance level though, I think. It's safe short. It could be a short though at resistance level. I mean, like from what I know, you know, good traders, they see resistance level, they short at. They see support level, they long that. They don't care about anything else, and they make money. So massive bear flag on that. I don't think it's a bear flag, but you know, each to his own. I like you for drawing the line above the line above the price. Okay. If you are shorting, so, you know, it's all good. Not financial advice, guys, not financial advice. My opinion only, of course, as always, as always. Is there anything else that's happening in crypto right now? Not the way I see it. Everybody's still waiting for this ETF. I mean, just random, you know, speculation about what's gonna happen, what's not gonna happen. And I haven't actually seen any, I don't remember anything else that's worth mentioning, so, you know, there's that. We could check out some altcoins, but, you know, I got stuff to do. Anyways, guys, thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna continue drinking my coffee, which I haven't touched since you know, we started the video. And I'll see you, you know, maybe tomorrow. I need to make more videos. Okay, guys. See you around. Enjoy the day. I'll remain my position, so yeah, just entertainment purpose. It's good that I'm you know, good for something. Enjoy the day. Where's my outro?